Let's get into it. Number 10. Fluorescent lighting was never meant for human eyes. Fluorescent lighting, the one thing more emotionally flat than the guy who installed it. This light doesn't just look bad, it feels bad. You know that vague unease you get in offices, hospitals, airports? Yeah, it's not your mood. It's the tubes in the ceiling quietly frying your nervous system. Fluorescents flicker, not always visibly, but enough to mess with your brainwaves. They distort natural color, suppress melatonin, and wash everything in a weird greenish sadness filter. They were invented to cheaply light industrial buildings. No one asked, should humans live under this every day? They just said, great, now we can stack more people into cubicles. Your body knows something's wrong, even if your brain hasn't caught up. That tension behind your eyes at 3 p.m., that weird buzzing you can't quite locate, that's not stress. It's the light quietly making you want to start a new life in a cave. Number 9. Waiting is disappearing, and so is anticipation. We used to wait for things. For real. Remember that? Probably not, because now, waiting is treated like an error, a bug in the system. Amazon shows up the same day. You binge a whole season in one sitting. You can instant date, instant order, instant no. But here's the weird part. When you remove the wait, you also remove the want. Your brain evolved to build tension, to imagine, fantasize, anticipate. The time before something happens, that's where meaning lives. That's where memory forms. But now, we swipe, scroll, tap, get, and move on before our emotions even arrive. The result? Everything feels fast but forgettable. Modern life didn't kill your attention span, it just amputated the space where excitement used to grow. We didn't speed things up, we just deleted the part where anything could matter. Number 8. Places used to have identity, now they just have Wi-Fi. Quick question, where are you right now? Don't say a coffee shop, because statistically that could mean anywhere on Earth. Beige walls, white tile, Edison bulbs. A menu written in the same fake Scandinavian font as every other local spot that serves $12 toast. Everything looks curated, but somehow nothing feels like anywhere. This is called placelessness. It happens when the world gets copy-pasted. Malls in Toronto look like malls in Bangkok. Your gym, your office, your co-working space, they all come with the same white noise, the same gray walls, the same cold LED sadness. It's globalized aesthetic minimalism, which is just a fancy way of saying we traded character for Wi-Fi and iced lattes. Your brain used to use texture, sound, and light to know where it was, to feel grounded. Now it just knows you're somewhere with outlets. You feel lost, not because you're directionless, but because space stopped giving you any clues. Everything is clean, everything is functional, and nothing means anything. Number 7. You're an electrical system that's been cut off from the ground. Okay, this one's going to sound weird at first, then it's going to make way too much sense. Your body is electrical. Your heart beats because of electrical pulses. Your brain fires neurons. Your cells exchange ions. You're not just a meat suit, you're a low-voltage power grid. And like all electrical systems, you're meant to be grounded. But here's the problem. Modern life has completely disconnected you from the earth. You wear rubber-soled shoes. You walk on asphalt, you sleep above ground, drive sealed cars, work in glass boxes. You could go months without touching the planet directly, and science backs this up. Studies on grounding, also called earthing, show that direct skin contact with natural ground, grass, dirt, sand, can reduce inflammation, regulate cortisol, improve sleep, and calm your nervous system. Literally just touching the planet. And yet, most people haven't gone barefoot outside since they were 6. You're not just overstimulated, you're ungrounded. Your body thinks something is missing, because something is. Number 6. Nostalgia has been hijacked and weaponized. You think you're just buying a cereal box from your childhood, but you're not. You're buying a memory, and that memory has been turned into a marketing strategy. Nostalgia used to be something that happened to you, like stumbling across an old song or a smell that hit you sideways. Now, it's prepackaged, focus grouped, and optimized for conversion rates. Your favorite 90s snack? Relaunched. Your old cartoons? Rebooted. Your childhood? Now available in subscription form. What used to be sentimental is now intentional and profitable. You're not reconnecting with your past, you're renting it back. And the wildest part? You do feel comforted. That box of mac and cheese does feel like a warm hug from 1998. But that's exactly the trap. The system's figured out how to mimic emotion, not create it. Just mimic it long enough to get your click, your dollar, your nostalgia high. So if modern life feels fake, that's because even your memories are being sold back to you. Number 5. Public spaces are disappearing, but nobody noticed. Try this. Go outside and find a place to sit where you're allowed to exist without buying anything. Harder than it sounds, right? That's not an accident. Benches are disappearing. Plazas turned into parking lots. Library hours cut. Even mall seating is now customer zones. Why? Because modern design assumes you're either spending or in the way. We used to gather without goals. Stoops, parks, lobbies, street corners. That's where community happened. Now lingering is suspicious. You can't just be somewhere. You have to be a consumer, or you're considered a loiterer. And the wild part? Most people don't even notice. You don't feel like you've lost something. You just feel vaguely disconnected, chronically indoors, weirdly lonely in public. That's because space was redesigned to push you along, not let you settle. No resting, no pausing, just constant motion between transactions. You're not antisocial. The spaces where social used to happen are gone. Number 4. Modern architecture hates you. You ever walk into a new apartment complex, a corporate office, a hotel lobby, and just feel nothing? That's because you're not crazy. The buildings are. Modern architecture, the glass boxes, flat facades, metal panels, endless beige, wasn't designed for humans. It was designed for cost efficiency, surveillance, and branding. Not beauty, not soul, not warmth. Just clean lines and security cameras. These places aren't built to comfort you. They're built to impress a spreadsheet. Where are the curves, the textures, the warmth? Gone. Replaced by featureless walls and elevators that feel like dental equipment. And don't even start on the LED lighting trying to convince you it's daylight. You walk through these spaces and your body knows this isn't made for living. It's made for moving through, quietly, efficiently, preferably with a badge. And if you feel numb inside them, that's because they're not built to hold people. They're built to control behavior while keeping the aesthetic just cold enough to keep you from lingering. It's not that you hate buildings, it's that buildings stopped loving you back. Number 3. Nature isn't missing. It's been engineered out. For thousands of years, your brain evolved around patterns in nature: trees, wind, uneven ground, firelight, water flow, birdsong. But today, you wake up in drywall boxes, step onto flat concrete, see fake plants, hear AC units, the sun's behind UV-filtered glass, and the closest thing to a tree is your Instagram Explore page. And here's the thing, you don't even miss it because you forgot what it feels like to be regulated by the natural world. This is called nature deprivation, and it quietly wrecks your mood, attention span, and sense of meaning. Studies show that even 10 minutes in natural environments lowers cortisol, reduces rumination, and improves memory, but we're spending 90 to 95% of our lives indoors, in environments specifically engineered to exclude the unpredictable rhythms of real life. So if modern life feels off, that's because your nervous system evolved for forests and got Wi-Fi instead. Number 2. Your brain wasn't built for this much choice. You think you're overwhelmed because you're indecisive, but no, you're overwhelmed because your brain evolved to choose between, like, 2 berries and a rock, not 47 salad dressings, 26 dating profiles, 9 different career paths, and 3 unread texts before breakfast. Modern life bombards you with what psychologists call choice overload, and it fries your executive function. The grocery aisle, an anxiety simulator, the Netflix menu, decision paralysis in 4K. Even fun things, like playlists or vacation planning, turn into mini stress spirals. Here's what's worse. We've been taught that choice equals freedom, that more options means more power. But the truth? Your brain doesn't register 400 toothpaste brands as freedom. It registers it as confusion. And then comes the guilt. Why can't I just pick something? Because you're not choosing. You're navigating a system that's intentionally bloated to keep you scrolling, second-guessing, and endlessly comparing. You're not indecisive. You're reacting exactly how a human would when trapped in a casino made of options. Number 1. Chairs are quietly destroying your body and mind. In theory, they're helpful. In reality, they're a weird modern invention that's slowly deforming your body and numbing your brain, and almost every single space you enter forces you to use one. Here's the truth. Humans didn't evolve to sit like this. Not in 90-degree angles. Not for hours. Not in factory rows, cubicles, or traffic jams. The standard chair compresses your hips, disengages your core, locks your spine into unnatural curves, and over time, trains your muscles to stop working entirely. But it's not just physical. Extended sitting dulls circulation, slows digestion, restricts breathing, and actually reduces neural activity. This is why classrooms, meetings, and open-plan offices feel like mental comas. It's not just the content, it's the furniture. We built a world where stillness equals obedience, and the chair became the perfect symbol. Passive, polite, motionless. You're not lazy. You're just over-adapted to an object your body was never designed to live in. That's it for today. I'll be making similar videos, so subscribe to see them.